6-0 here for Daniel Dennis. Daniel Dennis rolling his way to an Olympic Trials championship.
Yes! I had the most amazing weekend watching this guy wrestle. Took my son to the Olympic Trials. That's Daniel Dennis. And I was lucky enough to coach Daniel Dennis. Well, he was in high school. He was at Fox Lake Grant High School in Fox Lake, Illinois. And he was just a special young man. I was an assistant wrestling coach on staff while he was a junior and a senior, 2-time Illinois State runner-up. And he was just special. My son was there with me, and my son just fell in love with wrestling, like all over again. You know, he's been wrestling for a year or two, but he had never really caught that fire of wrestling until I took him to these trials. And he had someone to root for in Daniel. And Daniel came out and wrestled the tournament of his life. I just haven't felt pride like this. I don't know how long it's been to feel pride like this. This may be a type of pride I've never felt before, but I'm just so proud of Daniel. They made the Olympic team. It's unbelievable. He was out of wrestling. He was ready to be done and makes a comeback, and he comes back more special than ever. It was amazing. So a special shout out to Dan Dennis. And it also got me thinking how much I learned from my time coaching wrestling under a good coach. So I think it doesn't matter if you're under a good football coach, a good wrestling coach. If you can get under a good coach in whatever the sport, you're going to learn what it takes to build a good program. And at Fox Lake Grant, I was under Ryan Geist. And Geist did an incredible job with that wrestling program, made it one of the top public school teams in the state. I think probably a top 10, top 15 year in, year out public school team in the state. And I learned a ton from him. So big shout out to Ryan. And obviously a huge shout out to Daniel for making the Olympic team. And I can't wait to be watching the Rio Olympics. I wish that the Olympics didn't interfere with football because my butt would be in Rio. Anyway, let's transition our way back to football. And we got some news this week. And it turns out that I think it was on Wednesday of this week, of this game week number 8, we get news. My stud fullback safety, who had been deemed out for the season, comes to me and says, I just got back from my appointment. I'm cleared to play. What? I'm cleared to play. You're cleared to play. I mean, I'm telling you, it came out of nowhere. That we had almost no indication of having any hope. He was done for the year. That's not true. We had some hope. We were told that if we made the semifinals of the state playoffs, he might be able to play in that week. The semifinals, okay, great. Let's just make the semifinals without one of our best players, piece of cake, and then he can play again. But all of a sudden, he's back. So I called Daddy at my lunch break, and Daddy says, yeah, he's been cleared. And I'm going, how much do you want me to use him? He says, listen, he's been cleared. He's dying to play. Coach, it's your discretion. Play him as much as you want. So immediately, right away, you get on the phone and you're texting all your buddies who coach with you and you're saying, by the way, we just got 35 back. He's the man. And we're beside ourselves. So we decide week number 1, first time back, let's just play him defensively this week, maybe 1 or 2 carries offensively, just to get him back into it. And we'll be ready for week number 9, which is a huge rivalry game for us. Let's see if we can just do that. We're playing Woodstock High School this week, and Woodstock they're not bad, but they're not good. They had won, I think, 2 games coming into this point in the season. 1 or 2, I can't remember. The problem is that they had played a couple teams pretty tough, and they're from the farthest northwest suburb of Chicago. So they're from 4 hours away from us, which means we have 0 common opponents. They're in a completely different conference, and their conference is pretty tough, pretty well known. They almost always have a team in the semis of the state championship in Cary Grove. And they're just known for being very, very tough. In fact, Prairie Ridge is in their conference too, who was just in the state championship game. They are a good conference, and this is the conference they're coming from. So even though they hadn't won very much, you just never know if you don't have any common opponents. So while we feel confident at this point in the season at 6-1, we do feel like we should be able to go with almost anybody. We do feel like we're better than these guys. There's just that unknown, and I think that helped, though. I think that helped keep us sharp throughout that week in practice. But let's jump in without further ado, and let's watch the first half of game number 8 for the Maroons. Looks like we're starting off true to Maroon form, and we are onside kicking. And I think we get this back, man. Look at this. We see they got their studs back, but they do have their hands team up, and we go for it. And sure enough, we get that back. So we got the ball right out of the gates. We got the ball. We go tackle over, and I can see again, I don't know that I'd make this mistake again. I feel like it was a mistake. We bring in a special tackle. This is our big nose guard. In all honesty, he's an incredible down blocker. But the problem that I didn't foresee, and I didn't see during the season, was that there's just some question marks. When he comes in, he doesn't know our offensive rules as well, even though in my opinion he should. He practices there every day. He doesn't know them as well as our starting tackle, and so he makes some mistakes. I know now. I'm just going to roll with my guy because my guy knows the if-thens better. And sure enough, these guys come out and they are just going a million miles an hour, blitzing almost every single guy they have. I can't tell right now. We'll figure this out. But nonetheless, they are bringing some heat, and we just straight whiff on those blocks. We just plain whiff. 2nd and 12 now. Looks like we go X over, bring motion at it, we go rocket, and we get penalized. And the penalties, there it is. There's the penalty right here. Look at my X receiver. Right before the snap of the ball, this foot moves. And that, my friends, is a false start. And lo and behold, look at this. We go back to our shotgun package for the first time since week 4. And we're going to give something a shot. We go jet motion into the field and try to bring this little counter play back. We're going to go counter play. He's going to step and come back. And we're going to try to bring this tackle here through this backside hole. Okay, we call it wrap. They're just going to wrap. Just block back. Almost these two blocking like ISO, backside tackle, pull through the hole. Problem is, again, these guys are just shooting gaps. Look at this guy. Shoot the backside gap, the backside B gap, A gap, with jet motion away. And we're just not ready to handle it. I mean, how could we be? We don't run this stuff. I'm just going to call it crap. We don't run this crap. So how could we be ready to pick up blitzes? We don't even run this. Frustrated with myself. But I need to remind myself, that kid that was running that play was our backup quarterback, and he did need some love too. Maybe I should have been in it a little bit more, just to continue to give him, some stake in the team and some desire to stay a part of it. Because as of right now, he's our number 2 quarterback, and he's pretty darn good. He doesn't want to play this next year. Why? Because he never played last year. And my returning quarterback is back, so I'm sure he's looking at it going, can I even get any playing time? So maybe after all that, here I am complaining about using it. Maybe I should have been using it more. All right, well, we're in trouble. 3rd and 22. Well, I don't think we have a 3rd and 22 call. All right, we're trying to throw the ball, but look how many they're bringing. 6. They just bring 6. All 4 down linemen plus 1, 2 linebackers. They bring 6. And I don't have the protection to protect for 6. In theory, I do have 6 guys, but we're not going to get that blocked. Quarterback does a nice job of not losing us 10 more yards, but that, my friends, is mostly a disastrous opening drive. So here we go. We punt this away. Good protection, good kick, and we're able to cover. Interesting little jump there by number 5, but I'll take it. All right, we're at least winning the field position battle. Okay, it is better than kicking off to them and then getting it at the 40. They are at least at the 15, and we got a chance at scoring. Now, their offense, if I remember, they just had a unique offense. I mean, look at this formation. This formation is somewhat wing T. In theory, this would be wing T. They got a receiver out here, you can't see. They got a receiver over here. And this looks like the wing T here. 1, 2, 3 backs. You got a wing back here. But they didn't really run any wing T concepts. And they did a lot out of the gun, and it was a unique offense. I wouldn't say it was I couldn't really tell if they had like a system. No, I could tell. They didn't really seem to have a system. And my first thought was going in was, what are they doing offensively? It doesn't seem to make sense. But I'll be darned if they didn't find some ways to move the ball against us. So somehow it was kind of sneaky tough. It was really just very simply, I think for the most part, very pro-styled, but they were able to execute it fairly well, and they did give us some fits with it. Motion over, quick little toss. We're able to run this down. Look, this should have gone for less, but look at my Mike linebacker. Here's my Mike linebacker. They're bringing this guy in motion. They toss it out, and he just pursues with too much width, and this ball cuts back inside of him. And he's got to know that is a zone 2. That's an outside run play right here. He needs to be on this inside path, tracking the inside hip of this ball carrier. Instead, he's wide, and he's trying to what? He's trying to cut him off. But he knows better. He knows I'm not a force player. My job is not to cut this guy off. My job is to chase his inside hip and run through him. All right, like I said, unique offense. I don't really recognize much out of it. But there's some traps, some counter, some dive, some toss. Here we go. This guy motion over, trap back. Nothing doing. Our nose does a nice job. Look at our nose guard. Watch our nose guard do a good job of just kind of bulling through this. All right, we got him in 3rd and 4. Not sure if we can get this taken care of. They had a pretty nice little play action game. But I don't like this throw by them. So they go big. Although maybe that's their only option. They have anything else open? Our kids do a pretty good job of covering this. I can't tell if he really has this covered or not. In fact, I don't think he does. He's already turned around and bailing, which I like. He's supposed to be bailing. But he's so darn close that the quarterback's already looking big. And then here's the difference of our stud safety. Look at the big old cast on his hand. It was a big black cast. But look at the difference already. Just that you can see he knows where he's going. He's tracking. If they try to throw that drag, I'll bet you my safety knocks that down. He's such a good football player. He's not the fastest guy on our team. He wasn't the strongest guy on our team. He just plays the game. He's just really good at football. All right, so that's a great stop. Really happy about that. And we're forcing them to punt, and we're going to end up with decent field position at worst. Okay, we balance things up, motion to the boundary, and dive option to the boundary. Again, we got our number 2 fullback here, is also our starting Mike linebacker. But I like this. Motion to the boundary, just dive option straight at it. Really more, I can't say it's like a zone dive. It's mostly veer option. We teed up. Okay, you guys have probably noticed we do a lot from the wing, but it looks like we've teed this back up. Let's see what we go to out of this. Nice job. Right to our buck sweep, and look at that lane there. Boy, our running back is so fast. No wonder he rushed for 1,500 yards. But I like this. I can see this wall that we're getting already from my tight end, my tackle. I like that my wing back is working to get under it. And then here come my guards. First guard kicks, second guard. They both really fit up nicely to some blocks. Boy, that worked out well. I really like the looks of that buck sweep. Buck sweep's a hard play to run, and it's hard to make it look good all the time. Okay, rocket to the boundary to our big back, and I can see he got some room right away. I'm not crazy about my tackle. Watch my tackle, his slow release. I'd really just like to see him kind of race and run. But he does make a block, okay? This also out here is fairly poor communication. We need to get my receiver to this crack block, and my wingback needs to move on. Here we go. We go X over this way into the boundary, freeze play. See, you notice, look at how many people they're blitzing. You got to keep them honest. You got to be able to go on 2. I would like to see us go on 2 a little bit more this year. In fact, who am I lying to? We don't ever go on 2. We run freeze play, so we just don't snap the ball. The reason I don't ever go on 2 is because I don't trust the guys to go on 2. But you can freeze play, which means there is no play in their mind. So when there's no play in their mind, there is no play you're running, I think you have a chance of getting them our kids to not jump. I want them to jump, not us. All right, put ourselves in a good situation with 2nd and 5. Rocket into the field, and boom, boy, there is running room right away. Nice job by my tight end. Look at my tight end is able to reach all the way out and get this stand-up end who's well wide of him. Nice job on that. Here comes my wing back. He inverts. Boom. Whoa, did you see that block? Look at this. Boom. Here's my wing back. Again, he's about 6'2", 210 pounds. And look at this little corner. He is gone. Oh my goodness. That poor kid. And my running back just runs it in. I also love seeing this. Watch my running back afterwards as he kind of points at his buddy. Yeah, buddy, that's all you. That's huge. That's exciting. That's fun to watch. All right, 7-0, finally on the board. That first drive was disaster. But we get things straightened out. 7-0, good guys. Come back onside this way. Boy, the ball takes a nice little kick right there. But we hesitate. Notice my guy here. Watch him hesitate. He kind of hesitates, anticipating that he's about to field the ball. I need to see what I can do if there's any way to get them to just kind of continue and follow through. Jet sweep into the boundary, and it doesn't go for much, but I'm not happy about this. Right now with jet motion into the boundary, my inside linebacker here is supposed to be coming. I mean, he should be going right now and go make that play right now. He doesn't. He's very hesitant, which means he's a sitting duck. I think they should have taken this guy and blocked him, and this guy and blocked him. But notice my safety come downhill, get involved right away. Here's our stud. Our stud is back, and it is good to have him back. He's hard to run the ball on. That wasn't like a real big play or anything, but it's just that's basically the first time he's gotten involved. All right, they stay spread, and they just hit this little now pass to the boundary. Whoa, I like that fill by my corner. Here's our corner right here. Watch him come hard and fill on that. I like that. Nice job. Okay, 1st and 10, and now they have back to this interesting wing T look with this kind of shuffle motion, but they're running at our big bull. Man, he's just hard. These are kind of our two biggest bulls. My big bull on the D-line. This is my big bull dog linebacker, and boy, they can plug it up. I mean, if you try to run just power football at them, they've just always done a nice job of plugging it up. They're both very strong. They're both clean over 200 pounds, closer to 225, and they're just bulls. Interesting. It looks like they're going some sort of boot. I can't tell if it's just naked or doesn't look like anybody is trying to run a route. They keep nothing doing. My Mike linebacker does a real nice job here of just kind of keeping his wits about him and chasing this down. Nice job. All right, we got him stuck 3rd and long. I really like the pressure here from my big bull over here. That's that dog linebacker who can really get some pressure. And look at my monster. Backside monster does a nice job of picking this fullback up out of the flat. Or out of the backfield, I should say. That's one of those plays where they're trying to sneak a back out on you, and we're able to break that up. That's that same kid who recovers all the fumbles. He's just a sneaky player. He just finds ways to make plays. Back to their motion with this, and back to that flood pass. They tried to hit us with that in that first drive, and they didn't have anything there. Let's see if they get a second drive. No, we're just able to get a little too much pressure here off the edge. There's my big bull linebacker getting some pressure. Can't quite get there, but the amount of heat that he and his buddy here, this is my big man here, my D end, the amount of heat they're able to get really just makes any sort of decent throw pretty difficult. By all means, if you're facing an all-state QB, he can make that throw. But anyone else, they're going to have a hard time. All right, tackle over. Good tight split. We run belly, and we fumble this handoff somehow. That is on my fullback, man. That ball is in his gut, and it just simply falls through. There is a seam there, but they're bringing so much heat. We are not getting this backside penetration cut off. Okay, well, if you're going to bring that much heat, though, it is not easy to stop Rocket. And here we go back to Rocket. Sure enough, I swear I did not know that was going to happen. And sure enough, there it goes. So this is what I love about our offense. You're forcing teams to make tough decisions. Okay, if you're not in the know yet that the wing T is not some ancient offense and that it's tough as nails, you need to catch up because it is a son of a gun. Man, that's big. 14-0, good guys. Here we go. Knock it in. Nice job. My tight end's feet are still blah. It bothers me, but what are you going to do? Okay, I don't know what we've done, but we're hurting ourselves, and now we're back at the 30. Oh, and now we onside kick and not even get it 10 yards. Oh, my goodness. You know, sometimes things just don't work out the way you planned. Back to their pistol look, and they just go toss. See, here's what I don't understand. Schematically, I just don't feel like there's much to this simple little toss play. But I'll be darned if it doesn't go for 5 yards or 6. Dang it. Why is it going for so many yards? Number one, my monster is running outward instead of constricting. Okay, so if you have to run outward to constrict it, that momentum just takes you out, and you're really not helping us a whole lot because you're leaving a huge lane. Number two, somehow my dog linebacker ends up getting reached by their guard. So they get a guard out there who reaches them, and it creates a lane. Boy, that is a first down on a simple little toss play to the boundary. I feel like we should be able to stop those. Okay, motion back this way, and it looks like we're going to trap back into the boundary. Now, trap, and there, just really not much room. Really happy. I'm not happy with my Mike linebacker. That is a very clear guard pull away, and he is stuck falling. Look at his feet. Look at my Mike. Let's just play this back. Watch the Mike linebacker. Watch his feet fall this way towards us. He falls towards us, and then he's got to redirect and go back. Okay? That's when you know you got a kid who is not reading his keys. But, lo and behold, when you get your starting safety back, watch the difference. Watch him. He's reading his key. He ain't fooled for a second. Watch this. Boom. Boy, he is right there. And he is in on a trap play on 2nd and 1 at 1 yard. Boy, I told him afterwards, I said it was like sitting by a warm fire. It felt that comfortable. Having him back was the peace of mind there of having him there. Unbelievable. The problem is now he's gone officially because he was a senior. He's gone. We're going to have to find somebody to play that spot. All right, they got that first down, 1st and 15, and now they go toss back this way. Again, schematically, I feel like how on earth do you make this work? And they make it work. This bothers me. Look, my monster is here. He's already got it forced, but now somehow he dips back in. What? Just force it in. Oh, goodness. I really can't. They can't. The poor kids can't win. If they don't force it the right way, I'm mad. And then if they get, they can't win. All right, bunch to the field. Little quick bubble play. And this is what I don't like. I talk to these kids about this. I like my monster's alignment. He gets bunched to the field. He lines up outside of it. But he just kind of, now see, I'm right back to it. These poor kids, they don't know how to force it. If you force it the wrong way, then I'm not happy again. So instead of making any sort of play at this ball, I want you to force it, but I want you to be an effect on the play. And he just simply sprints upfield. And he takes himself so far out of the play that he doesn't help stop it at all. Look at that. He just runs upfield 5 yards. And this guy catches this bubble with nothing but field. Thankfully, this corner, and this is really our number 3 corner. My number 2 corner is my starting quarterback, but I'm trying to get him some rest. My corner is playing some ball right now. Look at him come and cover some ground. Really happy to see this. Cover some ground, take away the inside hip, and make that play. Save it for what? A 7 or 8 yard gain instead of 10 to 12. Back under center in some very odd formation. I don't know this formation. Looks like we're bringing some heat. And, look at this. Look at my safety again. My safety in on this play. My nose guard does a nice job of not just running away, and my safety is making a play at 0 yards. It's just good to have him back. Man, what a difference maker. Okay, trips to the field. Pretty standard little bunch concept here. Look at that. They're going to bring this guy to the stick. One of these guys, this guy to the out, and this guy probably to a slant. Pretty standard bunch concept. My dog linebacker does a real nice job. Watch this kid do a great job on this route. He collisions the point man, passes it off, and retreats right to the stick. Now, a perfect throw and catch makes this, but we're there. We're there. We're enough in the lane that maybe we're making a small effect on the play or the throw. All right, they're stuck at 4th and 12. They go back to this throwback, and dang it, they get it. This is the exact same thing they tried earlier. Sneak this fullback out of the backfield, and my monster is just a step late this time, and he gets beat, and his touchdown, bad guys. Remember what I said? Their offense is just like, it's not pretty, but they're finding a way to make it work a little bit. It's frustrating. Okay, I like this play. Boy, look at my quarterback hide that ball. Do you see what a good job he did? Watch my quarterback. Here he comes. He just puts the ball down in his belly and runs fairly nonchalant. What a nice job covering that. And boy, does it pay off. Look how much time he has to throw. Who's he going to hit? Oh boy, we've got a guy on his own. He hits this kid. Here he is. He's coming from here. He's going to run a little out and up. And he just turns this into 6. Wow. All by himself. Man, that feels real good. Man, that's fun watching him catch that pass. All right, 21-7. Good response to that. Hated seeing them score in kind of a botched drive again in that situation. Could have made things a little sticky. And you can't let a team hang around too long. Okay, we're bringing some heat now, and my big bull here just does a nice job of getting penetration, causing this ball carrier to kind of hesitate, and it's enough to chase him down. Nice job. All right, they show the same look, and they go quarterback counter off of it, and just nothing doing. I'm not sure what they do schematically up front. They really just running like this, some sort of softly blocked inside zone off this look. Yeah, I just can't see that really being effective. And they get us, man. They get us. How's my Mike linebacker? See, my Mike linebacker's not bad, but I just don't like how my Mike he's running as he reads instead of just taking 2 steps and then reacting and going. I just feel like he's trying too hard to run first. And they go stretch to the field, and sure enough, they got room again. Where is my monster? Here he is. He is supposed to force this back, and he's not there to force it. I see my safety does a nice job of getting over here and getting involved, but why is this not forced? Okay, it looks like they still didn't get that first down. Now they're just going straight dive. They get it? They just dive and throw it up in there, throw a punch. Surely they got it, because that was like +2. Yeah, they got it. First down, bad guys. Boy, they are turning this into a pretty darn long drive, chewing a lot of clock. The only thing that's good for is to make Film Friday faster. Toss to the field. Good job by my monster there. See, I like this. Watch this monster. He dips and rips, pries through, and then he's got eyes on the ball, and he hesitates and forces this guy, the ball carrier, to hesitate. And that's when we're going to get people involved. Look at my safety. Boy, that dog linebacker. That's my big bull dog linebacker, 55 again, making the play. But watch him or watch him. Watch the amount of aggression from a safety who is a full-time guy that knows the job. Boom! Look at him. He's beating my Mike linebacker there. Which brings up another point. That is my backup Mike, and I'm not sure why my number 1 Mike is not in. 2nd and 11. They go vertical. Oh, my safety. Look at that. I think a 2-handed safety here. He's got 1 hand and a club. I think a 2-hand safety here makes this play. They just go for 4 verts, and we just miss picking it off. 3rd and 12, flood this way. Boy, they're pretty decent at this flood concept, too. Do they catch that? They do. Looks like a comeback route, well thrown. Must have been a nice catch. You can't see it, but they pull it off. Is it enough? It is. It's enough for a first down. Dang it, man. This is like a 15 to 20 play drive. Nice job by my safety. Look at that. Man, just off tackle, dive, stretchish, leadish. Safety's there to make that play, and that corner who'd been pesky this game, there to help clean it up. Straight up dive. Oh my goodness. How do we screw this up? There's how we screw it up. I don't have a kick out. I don't have an edge play. My dog linebacker, this is a pinch, so my DN's going to go in. My dog needs to come out. And my dog just buries his head. Look at that. Watch him just bury his head. He just buries his head and follows his DN. Now, I don't have a soul to make this play. Good. We get a good little return executed. We miss one block, of course. This is one that is potentially very, very good, and somehow I have 3 guys chasing this one and nobody on this man. In all fairness to our boys, we probably don't spend enough time on our kickoff return. Okay, rocket to the field or maybe the boundary. Give it to our big boy. Man, well blocked, boy. Look how hard he is to bring down. Woo! Try to go big, nothing doing. Nice job by my quarterback. Boy, I thought he was going to try to throw that. Proud of him, man. That's a whole year trying to teach him. If you don't like it, pull it down and run. That's a whole year. It's week 8. He finally pulls it down and just goes north-south. I like that. Not to say he had never done it in the year, but it is good to see he's getting better. All right, 3rd and 6. I don't know how much time is left in the half, but I got to believe there's not much, and I'd like to see us score again. 21-14, 3rd and 6. Looks like somebody kicked the camera. Good. Hit him. Nice job, man. Just hit a little out here. Is it a comeback? Let's see what my X runs. 10, 15, yeah, just a little 10-yard out. Nice job. Good execution. Nice throw. Good blocking. Man, love seeing that. Well executed, boys. All right, X over. Good crack block. Nice job by my wingback getting inverted. Boy, look at him just run that kid over again. This is the same thing he did earlier in the year, early in the game. He just knocked this kid over, and sure enough, he just knocks him over again. Nice, man. Nice job. Halfback hurdles him. Does he get out of bounds? Looks like he does. Okay, throw the ball again. Nice step up by my quarterback. Good looking drag. Wow. You know, that's just good athletes playing good football. Step up, hit that drag. I got a good big tight end who makes a catch in traffic. Holds on to it as he comes down. Nice job. Man, just honestly, I'm just kind of enjoying watching right now. All right, X over to the boundary. Little rocket to the boundary. Look at the numbers we've got here. Man, that's just great. I would have liked to see my halfback get it out of bounds. But you know what? Right here, I can see how he sees a little seam. So in all fairness, let him go. Let him run. I mean, unless there was like 2 seconds left. But nice job. Gets us inside the 5. All right, motion this way again. Just ISO. Is that ISO or belly? Yeah, just ISO this way. Not good for a touchdown, but I like that call on 1st and 5. 1st and goal from the 5. Not sure why we would run boot back this way. Unless we literally have almost no time left at all. And I don't know what it is. So we're trying to go boot this way. And boy, does it help to have a sneaky quarterback. Wow, he just stops his feet and comes back. And this is why it's great to have him, my halfback over here, aware that you're a check down. Nice job. Makes this check down in the corner of the end zone. Oh, there's why we're throwing the ball. Because there's only 7.6 seconds to go in the half. And now there's nothing left but a little token kickoff to seal the deal and go into half up 28-14. Man, thanks for watching and joining me this week on Film Friday. Next week we'll finish up this game, half number 2 of the Woodstock game. We're up 28-14. And that will be done likely right here in this office. Hey, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Be sure to check out ChiefPigskin.com. I've just released my 4-video series on the simplest 3-5-3. You can also find more high-quality content from championship-level coaches, or feel free to look us up if you have a desire to sell your own content on ChiefPigskin.com.